Alrighty, here we go. Let's see if I can put this into performance mode and have it not turn off the audio, so that my computer doesn't overheat. So, today's going to be slightly different. So yesterday, did a whole bunch of stuff that is maybe a little bit more exciting for the like spreadsheet loving types and all that. But today we're gonna do a bit of like the PvE content and the stuff that the traditional kind of gamer will maybe enjoy a little more. Some gameplay oriented stuff rather than markets, which not for everyone, understandable. Also interesting. I happened into a legendary mist earlier and found an open world chest in there and pulled an 8.1 bag out of that. So that's pretty nice. Very happy with that. So, yeah, I think I might do some faction warfare, some mists, stuff like that. See what I come across. And these pine planks are brutally expensive. The lack of bots is hitting us hard.
Well, that's good though for the people that want to gather and craft and refine.
Oh,
That's
absolutely. Yeah.
can earn more silver.
The
Total insights are still cheap. I remember when those were 25,000.
yeah, they've gone down quite a bit. Let's see. I'm thinking oh, once I have some overflow, which I, have really slowed myself down on with that mistake yesterday, but once I have some overflow above 15k, then I can start chucking some silver and upgrading my gear. That'll be nice. Maybe get a new pair of boots. My boots are 4.2s, which is not great. What have I got for armor? 6.2, 6.1 armor and 6.1 weapon. I'd like to get 8.3s of everything, but that's expensive. Very
From what I
expensive.
understand, the most powerful pieces are the weapon and the chest piece.
Yeah. Gonna be pretty pricey to get those upgraded.
Yeah, and I would think those are probably the most expensive as well then.
For sure. And I'll probably want to try and figure out, some alternate weapon, because right now I'm using my max spec weapon because I haven't got anything else, because I lost my alternate weapon. I had a great fire staff that I'd ranked up 50, like 50 spec in, and then I died in the red zone. So, I'm gonna need to find another weapon to use, or another great fire staff at some point. But until then, I'm perfectly happy to use my good stuff, because it clears mobs very quickly, and ooh, look at all of that 5.1. It's not too shabby. I'll happily mine some of that. So anybody who's looking at gathering stuff, you'll want to make sure that you are taking advantage of the fact that the resource mobs allow you to gather much, much faster, and they are always full. So, and I mean, that's the case with skinning, but like you come across some of these sometimes that are like out of 5 or whatever. And the mobs are always 5 out of 5 when you kill them. Or some of them.
Oh yeah, this is actually a really good time to gather because there'll be a lot of times you'll come across those are 1 or 2. So basically, once they regenerate instantly at 5 now.
So that's just like the living mobs or like the living resource nodes that are like that. But when the server resets, a lot of the resources will be at max.
Ah, right, right. That makes sense.
Depending on whether or not there's like, so actually, what's the activity today? We got plate armor and plate shoes, fame and solo dungeons, which is not particularly interesting to me. Plate armor and plate shoes sounds like metal bars will be very good for transport right now. Um, Not sure where I would look for that. I think that plate shoes is actually a Fort Sterling thing, right? Plate helmet. Cloth armor, plate armor, and plate shoes. Nope, not Fort Sterling. Thetford? Nope. Let's try Limhurst. Probably not, though. Nope. 0 for 3 right now. Let's try Martlock. Plate shoes. Yep, Martlock is for plate shoes, and I assume Bridgewatch is plate armor. Yep. So this is a transport day for the cities that we are nowhere near. Not the most convenient, but no, they deserve some love on occasion. Except Bridgewatch. Fuck Bridgewatch. um, no, actually, I think of all of the cities, my least favorite one to deal with is Martlock, and the reason for that is because, like, it's far away, and also because the travel planner is far away from the market. Further away from the market than the travel planner is in any other city, except for like Brazilian, but Brazilian has some redeeming qualities. You have to walk such a long way in order to access the market when you go to Martlock, which when you are doing naked finance, it just takes forever. Let's head on over into another zone and see what we can find. So presumably solo dungeons have increased fame right now. I'm not super excited about that because like the fame is already terrible, so now it's just 20% more than terrible. Uh, Still not worth. I'm being honest. But there's an open world chest, and we're flagged up, and a lot of people in this zone are flagged up, so chances are good that we'll be able to pull at least one. It's opening. No good wisps. Okay. This guy has Elder's gear altogether, but it's minor garb. Oh god. This guy scares me. Oh, this is a rare chest. Okay, I got the best thing in the chest, so that's fine. Wait, I didn't? Oh, fucking ping, dude. I guess I didn't get it. But there is a rare wisp here, so I will happily take that. I thought I got the I thought I got the tier 8 cape. Feels bad. Hey Tina, what's up? Alright, here we are in the mists. And frankly, for people starting out, you'll want to do some like static dungeon stuff with your friends, but shortly after you have a little spec in a set, the mists are definitely where it's at for trying to get like a little bit of gold or silver rather. Trying to build yourself up at the beginning. The mists is a really good place to start. Especially if you can get into the mists while you still have the initial like few days of premium. That's a really good idea. Because premium makes it so that the chests that you get are much, much better. Hmm. Wait, I don't want to do that. Here we go. And now we are done with the quest. So we head, yeah, so like you'll see these camps around the mists. And when you go inside the ring, which you can't actually see if you're in the black zone mists, but if you go into the ring, then you get a little quest that pops up on the side here that just says you're supposed to kill a certain amount of fame worth of like mobs. And what you'll want to do is actually see if you can pull mobs from outside that ring into it, because they're worth a lot more fame if they're from outside the camp. So that makes it go a lot faster to do that. And then you go in, you find the chest and open it, and if you're lucky, it's not a common chest, because if it's a common chest, you're not getting much. You're getting some fame tomes, and that's it. But if it's uncommon or rarer, you'll get some really nice stuff. Can be worth like a lot of silver. If you're lucky. And if you have premium, you're just more likely to be a lot luckier as a general rule. That's kind of the way that works. Oh, what's this? A follow. Thank you very much for the follow. Let's see if I can get slightly less unlucky on this camp. Okay, these guys might count as outside. There we go. Yeah, they were worth a lot. Keep going around and see what we can find. Oh shit. Pissed off the dryad. No. Alright, we can get this guy. Should be worth, yep, 4k. Very nice. So, like, if I killed one of those guys who was inside this circle here that I'm running around, he'd be worth, like, 1.7k, probably. But from getting the guy outside, he's worth, like, 4,000. So it just helps me finish this quest a lot faster. And also, there's the players who are doing, like, the camps tend to hang around on the inside anyway. So, as a general rule, you're just going to have to deal with a lot less people, like, potentially trying to kill you to stop you from clearing the camps. Because, you know, They want to get fame so that they can finish the quest. Oh, God. Leave me alone. Okay. And I'm just taking these guys because they are worth Brazilian reputation, and that's not bad to have. It's not something super important for me right now because I don't need to get access to it, and I'm not like aiming to get access to Mystic Owls and stuff. But if you are starting out the game, when you do the mists, absolutely try to free the wisps if are in a higher rarity mist, or probably do it in all of them really, because you know it's just going to be worth it for you in a general sense. Where is the treasure chest? Should be up here. That's up here, all right. Oh my God, my poor pig. God damn it. Yeah, sometimes these are really, really frustrating to deal with because the treasure chest is just like stuck behind 8 million dudes. And the best part is that this treasure chest is not worth it because it's a common chest, so it's just a bunch of these. But what I'm going to do is, because it was trash, I'm going to kill this boss because bosses often drop loot.
So I guess if someone's new and they see a chest like that that's not worth much, the only other reason for them to do this
It's
is to
not
get
worth a lot of
Brazilian.
silver, or it's not worth any silver, right? Because it is a because it's like unsellables. But it is
But
worth something to a newer player because the combat
so
fame can help them quickly level up a weapon that they want to use or something like that. But it's not worth a lot to a player who's been like playing for a little while.
well, other than the Brazilian rep, they don't already have that.
Sure. I mean, you definitely want to finish the quests and open the chests for the Brazilian rep.
Yep.
But like the combat tomes are just kind of like eh. But if you know if it's an uncommon chest, like obviously it's gonna be worth it because you know shit's pretty good. Oh, hopefully this guy gets tied up and distracted and doesn't realize that there's an open world chest, and hopefully he's the only other person in here. So I want that thing. This is a rare zone, and these open world chests have a ton of stuff in them. Fortunately, if you don't have good gear, you can assume that the majority of the time it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna go your way. Like this guy right here, if he doesn't decide to go do something else, there's nothing I can do about him. He's just gonna kill me to push me off the chest. Yeah, there is not a fucking thing I can do about him. What about this guy? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't see that going my way. These two might actually fight each other. Okay, he's gonna hit me. Yeah. Masterwork 8.3 Shadow Collar? Cursed Staff. Yeah, I got no chance at that, unfortunately. That's very sad. Would have very much liked one of those. Too bad. Feels bad, broski. See, maybe... Is this a camp? This is a camp. Fantastic. So we're just gonna... Hey, what's up? Hey, it's Paul. Remember you from last week? Welcome back. Okay, so now we can go in and probably clear whatever's on top of the treasure chest. Yep. Oh, good, it's another common chest. So we will continue to get nothing. That's every single one of these has been a common chest, unfortunately. Which sometimes happens, and it almost always happens when I'm in Legendary Mists, which feels really bad. Earlier I got a Legendary Mist, which had no camps at all. Luckily I was able to pull something nice out of a treasure chest, but no camps. Felt terrible. And also no bosses. No, like, Fey Dragons or anything like that. Which you can find in Legendary, like, Yellow Zone Mists. Those Fey Dragons drop really nice stuff, too. If you're able to kill them, absolutely try. Just, you know, don't get killed trying to do. Okay, that's an uncommon mist. Given that there's nothing else to do in this particular zone, I think I'm actually going to take it. Which is sad, because I'd like to get something more like an epic. But you do what you can. Oh dear. I might have to go get water a little later. Let's see. So yeah, guys, yesterday, you guys probably know, like, how the viewer count referral thing works and all that. So yesterday we actually made it to 14 concurrent viewers, which is the most we've ever managed. It's like what, 11 short, but we're making really good progress. You guys are doing great work. So just a little bit more, and then we have our giveaway threshold. Oh. Oh. Here we go. Brilliant. And does that actually... That's half of the quest. And that's the rest of the quest. Just like that. And it's uncommon. Wonderful. Oh shit. I walked right into that arrow. He was gonna miss. Alright. And we get 8k. Okay, that's really quite disappointing. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's less good. Bottom other corner of the map has a camp. We're actually gonna circle around all the way, and the reason I'm doing this instead of running straight to the other corner is because, well, thank you very much. That is my goo has followed. Thanks, man. So there are some features on the map that are proximity based, so you cannot just see them because they're on the map somewhere. You'll find that you have to be close to them for them to show up on the minimap. So I'm walking around the edges of the map, looking in the corners, stuff like that, to see if I find some treasure coffers that you can't see no matter how far away you are, and potentially the Abbey door. And the Abbey, well, we find an Abbey. I'll show you what an Abbey is. But basically, it's a like, big place where you can find a lot of treasure chests. And you can get a lot of silver out of the Abbey if you know what you're doing, and if you're able to avoid other players who know what they're doing. Oh, there's a treasure coffer. Just like that. Unfortunately, this person found it first. It's the same person! Dude, it's the same person. Why are they also in the same mist as us? That's so frustrating.
So
Alright.
if you are a skilled player, yes, the Mist and the Abbey combination, Modern is probably, well, he is our best player.
For sure, yeah.
He's been doing them for several weeks and been testing how much silver per hour, and it's about 1.5 million per hour.
Yeah, and I mean, you
Mist and
know,
Abbey combo.
the Black Zone Abbeys are going to be a lot more lucrative, to be sure.
That's the ones he's doing, yeah.
Right, and yeah, like, you know, you've got good gear and you're comfortable with PvP, absolutely go for it. You're probably gonna do quite well. Um, if you are newer, stick to the Yellow Zone mists. Get used to the way that it works, and you know, venture further at your own peril, to be sure. But also understand that, like, you know, there is a limit to how much silver you can really expect to get from the Yellow Zone mists. Obviously, try to go for the highest rarity mists you can find because they have a higher loot multiplier. Where on earth is the chest? I could swear I saw it. Okay, yeah, we got a rare chest. Very nice. Ow. Come on. Went and aggroed everything else. Okay. And 28k. From a rare small chest, it could be worse. Could absolutely be worse. I actually fought a boss in Yellow Zone Legendary Mist, just like a tier 2 boss. You know, the ones with the little spikes around the circle. And the silver pile that it dropped was 39k. Just straight up, which felt great. But again, you know, for the bosses, you're going to have a little bit more combat specs. So, like, this guy here, Awakened Swordmaster, I can probably take him. He'll probably drop, like, 5k silver. Something like that. I say I can probably take him as I get completely screwed. Oh, yep, I'm just gonna die. Hold on, we need to run away. We need to run away. We'll come back and we'll get him. We just needed to not get hit by that stun. All right. You won't get me this time. All right. 11% stronger, tier 6 boss. No sweat. Here's how we do this. Right? For my gear, is Albion play to earn. So, no, it's a Web 2 game. You can earn... Well, okay, so yeah, I'll let Sam explain how that works. Oh my god, I did it again.
Yeah, guys, the reason why we're playing Albion is so that we can get ready for Embersword. We own a city inside Embersword, one of 4 cities that was awarded out. We grabbed one of those, and it's probably one of the most valuable play-to-earn assets that's out there in the play-to-earn community. So we're really looking forward to playing Embersword. Albion is the closest game that we found that matches that, and it's cross-platform, so it's PC and mobile. So a lot of people can play it. And what we're looking for is people that are active and playing the game, and then we are rewarding people for the activity in that. So by being active, you're on our Discord, you're coming to these Twitch streams, and you're participating with the guild when we do team things, right? We'll announce it ahead of time so that you guys can be there. And then we also need silver that you earn in the game donated to the guild so that we can expand out, get things like a transport mammoth that then you guys can use to earn more silver. And you can do that multiple times. And right now we're doing $3.50 US dollars value in cryptocurrency for that activity. So yes, you can earn by just being active here and playing Albion Online with us.
And the other thing to bear in mind is, like, we have a bunch of these Ember Sword assets, and eventually, like, the Ember Sword assets are going to be most available to use for the sort of the most active and most reliable core team, right? So, like, the more progress and the more activity that you and like the more reliability that you display in something like Albion, if you choose to play with us, um, the more likely it is that you're going to be able to use the more powerful assets in Ember Sword when it launches. The game is
And
called
that
Albion
includes,
Online. It
yeah, and that includes other
is
games too, like Star Atlas as well. We have,
right.
ships there within the
Yeah,
community.
Ember Sword isn't the only one, but yeah, that's the reason why we play Albion. How, friends
Oh,
borrowing mammoths, how rare are they? It's not necessarily that they're incredibly rare per se, but they're incredibly expensive. I think that they are. It is difficult to acquire the baby mammoth to raise it. So yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that they are decently rare. Oh shit, this is the open one. Yeah, they are 260 or so million silver. Yeah. So, like, rare is one way to put it. Expensive is how I would put it. Um,
yeah. Um, Also, Kreniak, did you get a chance to see that video that I posted in communications chat about the interview with Star Atlas? Um, it was Crypto Stash who was interviewing uh, Michael Swagner, the CEO of Star Atlas.
I don't think I did, honestly.
It was actually pretty good, and what I took away from it is a lot more confidence in the project and what they're doing, how they're scaling it out, and they've got a strategy to generate revenue. Um, they've made over 200 million already. I didn't realize that they've made that much.
That's
So,
good. We
I
like to
mean,
see numbers.
and yeah, and they're well funded, and they cut their staff dramatically, which is actually a good thing because that gives them a much longer runway now, allows them to run more lean, and I would rather see them do that, and maybe some of the aspects of what is the full Unreal Engine 5 version get slowed down a little bit than to see them go out of business because they've overspent.
Right.
So that's a
That's
smart
fair.
business decision they did, and I 100% agree with that. I was actually hoping that they would have done that when I knew that they had such a big staff a long time ago. I was like, wow, you guys are going to need to cut that staff, and now they did it.
So how can you earn more silver in the game? So that's the vast majority of what we cover on this stream. So
Yes.
I would recommend, there are a bunch of YouTube channels out there and stuff that cover information about that. But if you start playing, you're gonna go through a tutorial. Then what I would recommend is that when you finish the tutorial, you choose to land on Mountain Cross, which will allow you to be near Fort Sterling, which is where our guild is based. And from there, you're just going to kind of go out and, do a little gathering, do a little bit of monster fighting to build up your skills. Maybe see if, if you send a message to somebody in the Discord, see if you can coordinate to get somebody to sort of carry you a little bit through maybe some static dungeons that might give you the ability to, you know, uh, level up your combat stats a little quicker. And then get into the mists, do a little bit of refining, some stuff like that. Like, that's where you're going to get your start for silver. And the hardest part is going to be getting your first 15 million for premium. But once you've done that, the silver just flows in like it's like crazy, right? You're not going to know what to do with it all. Because, like, the most efficient way, or the most like foolproof way to get silver in this game is from refining and transporting, right? That's basically, you can't not succeed if you're doing that. But the issue is that while it's sort of foolproof, you you might get a little bored. And my recommendation from yesterday was, if you find a particular gameplay loop to be boring, don't do it. Like, if you don't like gathering, or you don't like PvP, or if you don't like dungeon clearing, or if you don't like messing around with the markets, if that's not fun for you, then don't do it. Do something else, because there are no wrong answers on how to play this game. You know what I mean? It isn't a thing. You can do whatever it is that you want to do, and it's viable. It may not be optimal, but it doesn't need to be optimal. It just needs to be viable. A lot of you will want to play optimally, but and if you want to play optimally, like there's a lot of resources out there about how to do that. And I can tell you a lot about how to do that on here as well. And we have a bunch of other players around the Discord who are much more helpful in terms of like PvP and stuff than I ever would be, but I can certainly help you figure out like how to set up your farms, what to do when you get your first premium, how to set up like a transport with a bunch of people. So like transports are a lot more effective and efficient if you have group to work with. There's limitations on how much you can accomplish alone when it comes to transporting, until or unless you have a mammoth. If you've got a mammoth, yeah, you can just sort of run it as a one-man army, and it doesn't really matter because you can just carry so much. All right. Let's see if I can
Yeah,
get
and
lucky enough.
I think
Pull a
there's
chest.
still some potential in some of the riskier transports where you're going through the red zone, right, to Carleon, basically. Um, you're gonna typically make twice as much profit on the goods that you're transporting there.
Sure.
But there is the risk, of course. You get ganked. I mean, you lose, all of your gear that you're carrying and all of your goods that you're carrying too. So, if you're doing it in a group, you've got, at least one scout, and then you've got, I would say probably 5 or 6 people that are fairly skilled at PvP, that maybe it's not their goal to necessarily win every battle, but at least slow down the enemy enough that the transporters can get away safely.
Right. And so that's really the thing. Like, there are some transports that you can do with a group, and like sometimes, some transports you don't really need to be completely efficient. Like, you can make the most money probably transporting stuff from Brazilian to Carleon, but like there's risk involved in that. And if you're risk averse like me, I don't want to risk getting killed. I don't want to lose all my stuff. I don't have, a billion silver to risk. But what you can do is you can say, okay, maybe I don't want to do that, but I can just transport from Brazilian to the royal cities and do a little bit of refining, and scale that up into some really decent capital, right? Like, you can buy pine and cedar in Brazilian cheaper than you can get it anywhere. Well, not cedar, but you can buy pine, uh, yeah, and cedar cheaper than you can get it anywhere else, right? So if you take that and then you bring it to Fort Sterling, refine it, because you have a wood refining bonus in Fort Sterling, you can make a ton of profit if you take whatever it is that you've crafted. You take cedar planks, take them to Limhurst or Thetford, you can get a ton of profit out of that. Is the item loot tradable on a marketplace? Yes, absolutely. However, you have to remember that each individual city in this game has a separate marketplace. So, oftentimes, in order to make silver, instead of going out and getting loot and selling it, to people at your city, the best thing to do is actually to go to one city, buy a bunch of stuff, and then go to another city and sell it. Like, that's how I make the vast majority of the silver that I have is from doing that. Because
Yeah,
it's
that's just trading
just
the
a
markets
better use of
basically.
time. Hmm?
And that's a good thing that you have all those separate markets. That's what gives you the ability to buy low in one market and sell high in another market.
Right.
And the events skew those prices. So if there's an event that goes on that affects one type of goods, then the price is going to change accordingly in that particular city marketplace. And the other goods are going to change in another marketplace. You just got to pay attention to that as well. And we talk about that stuff on the stream
Right,
too when
right.
there's
And
events
so
going on.
yeah, essentially if you just like want to play the game and you want to earn, what I would recommend honestly is just like, you know, fire it up, start it out, see what you think. And how many classes in Albion? There are no classes. What there are items, and when you put on an item, you get to use the abilities associated with that item. If you rank it up, you'll become more effective in using that item. So like I use a fire staff, but if I wanted to, I could use an arcane staff, or I could use a sword, or I could use an axe, or I could be a healer. Like I could do anything that I choose to do, but I would need to take some time to scale up to being able to use the best gear for that play style. I won't call it a class, because there really aren't classes in the traditional sense in this game.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just based off of the weapon that you choose to use and spec up. But yeah, right now healers are fairly versatile. I think they do a decent amount of DPS. Um,
Healers are definitely one of the best roads to go down. Absolutely.
yeah, it's pretty
Like
self-sufficient
healer
and
build, like a good healer build can solo group dungeons.
mm-hmm.
So like if you're not sure what to go for with your first build, consider healer. It's good.
You'll get if you do the arena PvP, you'll get into those instantly. You do get extra loot out of each win as being a healer class, so they just
Yep.
favor the healers. So
Yeah, because nobody wants to heal for some reason.
nobody wants to play them, yeah.
Yeah, you basically, I mean, I think the tagline of Albion Online is like you are what you wear. That's their whole gimmick basically. Um like if you put on plate armor and you pick up a sword, boom, you're a knight, dude. If you pick up a mace and a shield, you're a tank. Um Absolutely, yeah. It's a pretty low intensity game for PC if you put the quality settings down and stuff. 2 GB GPU. It might get chugging a little bit if you put it on like ultra settings or something, but you're gonna be fine, I think.
Yeah, I think it'll play it. Yeah,
And
I think it will.
even if that doesn't work for you, like you can play it on mobile. Um, from what I've heard, it's definitely one of the more tolerable games on mobile that are otherwise encouraged to be PC. Um, so I don't think that you'll really feel too bad if you can't play it on your PC or you don't have a PC or whatever. Um, it's really not. Oh my god, I hate archers in this game so much. Just wasted my tornado completely. Now. Yeah, I think you'll probably be fine running this game, to be honest.
Yeah,
Ooh,
go
treasure.
install it and try it out.
Yeah,
It's the
definitely
best
just,
way to find out.
at least give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. Uh, but yeah, it's really not too intensive. Just turn the quality settings down if it feels like your PC is having a hard time. go. Maybe. If I'm very lucky, no one is looking at this chest.
Oh, is this one of the abbeys?
Yep. Yeah, so in case anyone is wondering, this is a Nightfall Abbey, and there's a lot of treasure to be gained in here. Oh, yeah. They fighting it out? Yeah, they fighting it out. I'm not gonna go near that. Fuck that shit. Honestly, I think that there's probably a pretty good case to be made for bullying people on off of yellow zone chests. Like, for real. Um, there's they are not worth nothing, and if you are in 8.3 or something, which, like, obviously if you're a new player, you'll want to get premium before you invest in 8.3. You'll probably get that like in your second month of playing, or if you're really no lifing it, then you could get it in your first month. But like, come on, that didn't hit me. Oh, come on, bugger off, dude. Okay, I don't care about that. You can have it. If I had to, I could kill that guy. Somebody already cleared these, and they got lucky enough. All right, this was a really shit Abbey. Jeez. Let's see, can I find anything worth clearing and... Or maybe... Could I find a wisp to a better mist? Nope. Nope. Gonna see if we can find an epic mist, maybe. Big maybe. Is this the double chest? No, it's not. But also, I guess since we're here... Dang. I do use it that way sometimes, so my armor will stun people. I usually use that if somebody is like actively attacking me. I'll use the stun, throw the tornado on them, and the puddle. Um, but if I am like, I have the ability to play it from long range, I'll usually do that. Ooh, hold on. Wait a minute. Absolutely. And they also have, while there is not only PvP, there is also full loot PvP, where if you die, you lose all of your stuff and somebody else can take it from you. Which I don't particularly enjoy, but a lot of people are super into that. So if that sounds like fun to you, this is definitely a good game for you. Oh my god, why are there nothing but terrible mists,
The
or
really
terrible
nice thing
wisps?
about that is you can choose. You know,
Yeah,
if you want to have just PvP but not full loot, to have the arena for that, right? And you know, you can put together five-man teams and go in there and rank up and or also earn some loot that way too.
right.
Or like you said, if you want that risk and you want to be able to also take someone's loot and their gear and or lose all of yours and you don't mind that, then that's there for you as well too. and the reward is higher there, obviously,
Right.
and that's what we're talking about, doing some of those transports through those zones and things like that. When I was doing that, I was making 2 to 3 million silver per hour doing those transports. But then when I would die, which would happen probably about once every 2 days of doing that, I'd lose about 4 million worth of silver. So I'd lose basically about 2 hours worth of the transporting when I would die. But I just don't really have anyone to transport with anymore, so I stopped doing it.
Yeah,
You want to
so
have at least one other person to do that with.
you guys want to get the big silver. The best way to do that is almost certainly transporting or refinement. Um,
Yep.
it is what it is. Um, Even though it's not necessarily the most glamorous gameplay, like
Oh,
it
it's
is,
boring.
it is definitely
Yeah.
the most effective. Yeah,
I
you
mean,
might want
because
some music to listen to while you do that kind of thing,
yeah,
but
we're doing it during off hours, right? When nobody's playing in the middle of the morning for Singapore and Asia, right?
right.
And a lot of times we would just do the transport run over and over, see no one. And then that occasional time you might get chased, you might see one or two not get chased, but you just see them. That's the most excitement you get, and the most excitement you get is when you're getting ganked by a squad of like
Yeah,
seven.
which is not excitement that anyone needs for their cardiovascular health.
No, it's not. My heart
Uh,
would start racing. It was not good.
Yeah, dude, man, I got into a bunch of PvP situations and like I could hear my heartbeat. It was so
Oh yeah.
loud. Like
No, mine too.
it's just not my jam. Like I play League, right? So like that game is basically all PvP.
Right.
Unless you're jungling, but you know what I mean. And like it does not give me that level of stress, not even close.
No,
But
this is like panic, and it's not a good. It's not a good
yeah, like
feeling.
Dark and Darker doesn't even do that to me. Dark and Darker
Yeah.
is like spooky, you know, like but at least I'm used to that on some level. The gear fear is really rough in this game if you're in a black zone.
Jada, you been playing like Black Zone Mists mostly? Like Modern's been doing? Yeah. Okay. And so you're earning pretty good silver per hour then doing those, I'd imagine. Probably at least 1 million an hour, as long as you're not getting ganked.
Also, another question about that. How
Okay,
much
yeah.
what the heck? What time are you generally running those? Because I find that for me, best time is the middle of the day for me, which is like the middle of the night for you guys. Um, is that also when you tend to, like, are you staying up until like 3 or 4 in the morning to run Black Zone stuff? Because there's like nobody around. It's super quiet at those hours. I've found.
Oh, before and after maintenance. That is, yeah, that's our middle of the day. Yeah, after the maintenance and before. Yep. So that's
A decent
is
chest. I got a nice little satchel, which is a nice replacement for the one that I lost recently. 130 kilograms, not as good as the 8.1 that I got, but you know what? I'll take it.
yeah. So when I stopped transporting, like all my buy orders and all that stuff just kept sifting in, and I've got, in addition to making probably about 50 million silver, I've still got probably another 50 to 60 million silver worth of goods in all the different cities. So I did transporting for probably about a week straight to make over 100 million silver. Just to give you guys an idea of the kind of, you know, silver that you can get by doing that.
Right. If I cared enough, like just from doing like buying, refining, transporting, just the royal cities, there's zero risk involved. Um, if you have starting capital of like 10 million silver doing that and premium running, yeah, you can make 100 million silver in like a week. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
if you are dedicated and you're treating it like a job, absolutely you could.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
I like to get outside on occasion, so I don't do that. But
The the guy
it's
that I was
absolutely
doing it
possible.
with, That's what he did. He supported his family with it. He has a wife and 2 kids, and that was he taught me how to do it. And he is by far the best person I've ever met at doing transports. Like he was so cautious, so careful, knew the routes. He figured out the Avalonian roads, how to find when there's going to be a pathway to the blue or yellow zone, which is a safe zone. You know, he really put a lot of work into it. And that was he that was his livelihood. You know, was basically playing this game. So
Yeah. I
Najila
wish
is his name.
I wish the money went that far here, man.
Oh
uh,
yeah, yeah. It's yeah. He was. I think his best month he made 1,200 U.S.
Jesus
dollars.
Christ.
Yeah, but again he's working 12, 13 hours every day to do that.
Right.
He's a hard worker. One of the hardest working people I've ever met. So I have a lot of respect for him.
Oh,
I think he's playing some other game now, though. I'm not sure why or what he's playing. So I've been trying to get a hold of him and find out what he's doing. But yeah, that's in Indonesia. In Indonesia, you can make a good living off of, 300 a month.
okay.
Oh, nice job, Jader. Yeah, you're earning pretty good silver then. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
guys, if you're new,
oh,
just go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Jader, what set are you running in the black zone? I know that you were, or no, I don't think, have I ever partied up with you? I don't know that I have. I think it was Bellatrix who was running tank heal.
Yeah,
Um,
Bellatrix does the tank heal. Yeah.
yeah. So what set are you running for when you're doing stuff in the black zone? Because I know that Modern often runs dual swords or battle axe when he does stuff. But he's also got 8.3, so like he doesn't really need to be particularly picky about what he runs. He can just run better. Spear of Battle Axe, Cursed Staff, and Bow of Badon. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Do you run different ones specifically depending on what you want to be doing? When like, or do you just sort of alternate depending on whichever one you want to level up? Yeah, no worries, man. Like, you got work. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
thanks for stopping by, kids.
yeah.
Kids Rock. Hopefully it was helpful. Come by next weekend. We'll do it again, same time. Um,
Yeah, do what you gotta do, man. We'll be here.
and we're on the Discord throughout the week too. As you guys are playing, and you have questions, just post them in the general chat, and we'll do our best to. Somebody will be able to answer. Jader was able to help someone with, someone was trying to download the game, and in their country, it's charging on their Play Store to install it, which is really kind of crap.
This
It's
guy's
supposed to be
literally
free.
followed me around. He's like, fight. Like,
Oh,
what the heck is wrong with this dude? He's in, like, full 8.4 carving sword. Like, what does he fucking want from me?
just say no, thank you. I'm
Yeah,
not
well, okay,
insane.
I said that, but not quite so politely.
I'm not insane.
Yeah, I told him to go fight some mobs.
Yeah.
Like, what does he like want a challenge? Because he's not gonna get it from me. I have like half his stats. He has like 4k health and like what? One-handed spear for the E ability when I need to run away from some 8.3 players. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why he has those different weapons is he can just swap out if he sees like, oh gosh, I'm gonna lose this battle. He can swap out real quick and then escape.
So that's not really. possible though, because you can't change weapons or weapon skills during combat. You have to exit combat first. Which,
Yeah,
like,
but
sometimes the game just decides not to let you exit combat.
right, but if you haven't engaged and you've just spotted someone and then
Yo,
you
yeah, yeah, you
switch,
could
yeah.
absolutely. I do that all the time in the Abbeys, where if you see somebody on the corner of your screen, you're like, time to switch to my PvP skills. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, look at this! I just found an exceptional titanium. Oh, it only has one node left though. That sucks.
Still worth it.
Yeah,
It's
it
really nice when
is.
you find the golems. Because
Yeah,
that's just fantastic. You're like, I know I'm getting this whole thing and no one can take it from me.
and yeah, there's still a few people here. Yeah, I mean, I know it's boring, but gathering, you can make, modern tested out gathering as well. Again, 1 to 1.5 million silver per hour.
Yeah,
Once you get
gathering
tiered up.
absolutely very lucrative once you get to the higher tiers of certain resources. The only issue with gathering it is that it is slow to start. So
Yeah,
like right
you got to
now
grind
I'm
for
at
at least 2 weeks, I
yeah,
would
I'm
say,
at
to get.
12% of the way to leveling up Grandmaster or Miner. I only need to get to 20% because I have learning points, but like um
And
that's for me to hit tier 7 mining,
by two
and there
weeks,
are
I
8
meant if
tiers.
you're doing nothing but gathering, you're gonna get
Right.
to
I
tier
could have
8.
reached it by now if I was only gathering and if I was like super dedicated to it,
Hmm.
but like it's rough on your patience.
Yeah, it's boring. Yeah.
It is pretty boring. It's good if you're just like you've got your phone out and you're like, not otherwise doing anything, you can just do a little gathering for sure. Yeah. Um but if you crave excitement and the heat of battle, gathering may not be for you. Uh But if you like crafting and market stuff, gathering might actually not be too bad. Because sometimes if you need something to make um, refinement or crafting lucrative, you can just sort of like go out and grab what you need. Like that's kind of why I like it, is that I can reasonably go out and gather up whatever resources I need to make something, and I can feel pretty decent about the fact that I didn't put a huge dent in my silver for that. Of course, I probably could have made a lot more silver if I just sold those resources that I was going to use to craft a thing, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but as you get leveled up in your crafting abilities, I think that there's still going to be an opportunity to actually make more as you get higher tiers when they've got events going on for crafting certain pieces. And I think that it is going to pay off in the long run, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I believe.
for sure. Having crafting skills is definitely not a bad idea.
And I
It's
guess
not
we'll find
super
out.
lucrative, but it is nice to be able to make gear in case you do not have the silver to buy it.
You're basically testing that theory, so we'll find out as that
So you can
journey
buy
continues.
tomes to level up gathering, but it's expensive. Uh-huh. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I need those tier 8 gathering tomes and tier 7. Those are what I'll need. I found a tier 5 gathering tome. Bro, I was so excited, and then I realized, oh, it's not generic mining XP. It's only for expert ore miner, which is worthless. Absolutely worthless. Like, that takes me 5 minutes to get that much XP from like just mining some titanium.
Yeah, it's super expensive to buy the tomes versus just putting in the time.
Right now, I'm stuck in purgatory, as I like to think of it. There's nothing left to do in this mist, and there are no wisps available. So now I'm just waiting for the timer to run down so that I can get out of here. As
You and
oh,
you can leave too, right? To
yo,
exit
yeah, you
is
can leave,
yeah,
but then you have to find another wisp somewhere else, and that's
yeah.
uh, comes with its own problems. Oh, look, a nature staff. If I wanna,
But what you can do, and what I do, is I'll do gathering, and then when I see a rare or epic mist, I'll jump into the mist. So I'll bring my
Yeah,
battle gear stuff with me too, and I can do some gathering inside there. I can do the quests in there, get the chests, all that good stuff too. So it kind of gives me a little way to kind of break up the monotony of just gathering.
right. I think the best and most efficient way to do it, exit and re-enter to make it more efficient. Yeah. Um, the best and most efficient way to go about that scheme, though, that you're talking about, Sam, is flag up for faction warfare, go do gathering, and if you find a really high tier mist, hop in. Then you have to be prepared to, like, you know, go back afterward and flag up again.
Oh,
But
yes. Thanks for reminding to flag up because, yeah, I actually am flagged up. So, what you're saying is if I'm flagged up, I won't be able to do the mist?
you can, but it will unflag you.
Oh, right, right.
As
Yeah,
you go in, you will be unflagged.
yeah. And I do start out flagged. So then, yeah, I would have to go back and reflag again.
Right. Which, honestly, if you find a really high tier mist, that's kind of a reasonable price to pay.
Yeah.
Doing mists from Brazilian, yeah, worth, but then also you have to be prepared for the consequences of black zone mists. I'm doing yellow zones. I only do black zone mists in the daytime, so that it's like the middle of the night for the most of the server. Because like I can go out and gather in the black zone with almost no problem, no contest, for the most part, um, during off hours. Which of course is the most convenient time for me to play as a general rule. So like it's very nice. Oops, that's not where I'm
Oh,
going.
somebody just snagged that exceptional right in front of me.
Oh, that always feels bad.
Yeah, I think it's the same
You can do
exceptional
yellow
in this
zones.
game.
Yeah, yeah, you absolutely can. That's true. But like, if your intention is to do mists, right? Then, yeah, Brazilian is the most reasonable place to do that from. Unfortunately, like if you want to gather and then, you know, yeah, and farm faction points and then go do mists if you find a high tier one, maybe not as helpful. And the other thing that is probably worth mentioning is the Brazilian does not always offer you the best profit on your loot. Sometimes it's pretty good, but sometimes it's super not good. What is happening? I'm getting destroyed by lag.
Hmm. I'm not noticing any lag right now, so it must be just your machine.
Oh, I'm not afraid of that. Probably.
Modern, if you want to come up and talk instead of type, you can. Or
Yeah, you have access to this channel. A bridge watcher. Interesting. Wonder what they would be doing here. Go to sleep in a few minutes? Yeah, that's reasonable. Oh, good. All of these people are relatively, like, relatively explodable, combustible. They're pretty low health. So if I get into a situation where I have to fight over a chest, I might actually be able to win.
is this a rare mist or?
This is a common because I ran out of time to find a better mist. For science.
Chilling
Jeez.
for science.
You know, might have the opportunity pretty soon because there's a chest over there. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, god damn it, it's a common chest again. Minute and a half. Alright. For science, guys. Unfortunately, I don't have a hunter hood, so I don't have the ability to ruin their lives quite so effectively, but... Okay, let's take a look at the competition here. This guy's weak as hell. Also pretty weak. Curse Staff, Thetford Staff, Mercenary Jacket. Okay. I'm going to do this. Okay. Hopefully, I don't end up with too many people around here. This guy's got a tier 5 flat curse staff. No
And this is
cape.
a library. Most of the time, too many books.
Hunter's hood. Soldier boots. Okay. Yeah. That 5 seconds of unkillableness sounded pretty good to me. Bro, go away. What the fuck was that glitchy ass shit? Where did this guy even come from? Yeah, well, that's fun. Engaging gameplay. Guy with fucking 8.4 comes in and kicks, like, fucking roundhouse kicks me into next week. Glitches all over my screen. Fantastic. Fantastic game. Oh well. That was gonna be a nice chest for me, but nope. No dice. I wonder if I can find a higher
Well,
tier.
at least you're out of the mists now.
Well, yeah. See if I can find a better mist. Let's see. I've already done island stuff for the day. Um, oh, look at that. Rare iron ore. Always nice. So yeah, as you can see, like, I'm at 12% out of 20 to level up Grandmaster Ore Miner. And that's like, I get like, what, 60 for some of these things? And I need 200,000 XP. I have about 130,000 so far. I've been working on that for over a week. Slowly but surely. It's pretty slow going. I'm glad I don't have my tier 8 bag on, because that would feel terrible. Oh, I was just here. Let's go north. Any wisps? Ugh. Common mist. Not what we're looking for. Another one. I feel like it's easier to find better mists further away from the city, but ugh, I guess we're going. Oh, wait, I just went back towards... Whoops. I thought I was in a different zone than I was actually in. Oh well. Guess I'm looking for a wisp here now. Oh, hi there.
Oh, yeah, she says hi.
Oh. Hmm. Uh, hello. How are you? Hopefully everyone's keeping slightly better than I just was a few minutes ago, as I was getting the absolute shit pulverized out of me. Um, you know, all in a day's work. Oh shit! I got this stupid spell on, which incidentally is pretty good, but also just feels weird to do PvE with. All right, cheers, modern. See you later. I guess I can kind of just like migrate back up toward Fort Sterling to flag up again, or I go out and look for another wisp. Uh, feels kind of pointless to continue doing more gathering without being flagged up. I'd love to do some like group dungeon stuff. I don't know if any of you guys are like interested in, you know, getting online, or if any of you guys are online, um,
I
and you
I
have
would
already
be
joined the
interested.
guild, we could do some stuff like that.
I'd be interested in healing if you guys need a healer. I just found an epic group dungeon, which I don't think we'd want to do that, but
Oh, I'd be
if I
down, but we would
well,
we would need some other people.
yeah, yeah, just I mean if they're brand new people though, they're gonna probably want to do like one of those static dungeons in the tier
Ooh,
1 or 2.
I don't know. Static dungeons are pretty tough
The
compared
one
to the.
outside of you know, Mountain Cross, that zone that's right over there, it's pretty
Oh
low
yeah,
level
that's
1.
that's a very easy one, but again,
Yeah,
it's
I
it's
can solo it. Yeah.
yeah, it's fairly low yield.
Really? I took
Where
when Sonder first started playing, I took him through there, and I myself, I don't know, we were there about 30 minutes. I made like 100,000 silver
it's
in
not the
there,
worst.
and I think it's because no one had been through it, and because no one wants to do it. So the mods
Right.
were all like, you know, top tier basically.
Right. Let me see. What can I?
But yeah, it just depends on.
Oh, I
All right,
should
so
check
anyway,
my enormous repair bill, which is all of 14,000 silver. Haha. Which is, just in case anyone's wondering, a really piddly repair bill. Um,
so there's 5 other people here. Only one says they have not started playing Albion, so that means that there's 5 other people theoretically that
might
are
potentially
playing
be
it.
able to join us.
Yeah, might potentially be done with the tutorial and have a little bit of gear that they can. Ooh. Oh, geez, this is an Axe Maiden that's 5,400 health. That's going to be really good fame if I kill it.
Hmm.
I don't
Doesn't sound
think
too
it's going to
shabby
ever.
at all.
Let's find out. I mean, it'll be at least 25,000. I think it might be more, though. If I can kill it, we'll find out.
Jacket. Jacket. Throw those in. Glad I closed the skylights. It is now raining. So, King, have you...
100,000 fame for that.
Very
Just
nice.
got.
Have you joined the guild already? Or applied to join the guild?
Don't be shy. My pleasure.
That was cool.
Buying or selling?
Yeah, I'll be...
And I know Tina can't play because there was something wrong with either her phone or PC, one or the other. So I think she's waiting to get that fixed.
Deal.
Let me see. So now I've lagged up again. Now, how much more am I going to have to do before I will be done with faction warfare for today? Because frankly, I've got another, I've got another several thou. How are we doing? Okay, so there's people doing faction warfare over in Rowanwood, and that's it. I'd have to run over to Rowanwood, which, you know what, it's probably worth it. Let's go. It'll save me some time. So yeah, while we do or don't get that figured out, I'm going to head over to do a little bit of point capturing. And yeah. Something to bear in mind. So, like, depending on what you want to do, if you want to gather, you should probably be made aware that certain resources at certain tiers are more valuable than others. So, like, birch logs can be very valuable. Cotton can be relatively quite valuable. Stone, certain tiers of stone are pretty valuable right now because there's no bots farming stone anymore. um, and things are more valuable in certain places than they are in others. Right? So like, you know, wood, like birch logs don't sell for nearly as much in Martlock as they do in Fort Sterling or in Brazilian even. They sell for quite a bit because there's no reliable way to get birch logs in Brazilian. So yeah, that's something to bear in mind. Also, solo dungeons are not really a great use of your time. So if you see those lying around, just sort of forget about them for now. They're, they're kind of bad
Hmm.
at the moment.
Our smelter, is it able to do titanium, or do we need to level it up, or?
So my smelter in Thetford is.
Oh, is that open to the guild
Yep.
too? Okay, so you'd have to go to the smelter in Thetford.
It's just you won't want to travel there via the travel planner if you're carrying stuff, obviously, but it's an
Yeah, so you'd
unfortunate
have to walk.
15-minute slog, but
So just save up all your titanium and go make one big trip there.
yeah, I would just like wait for an ore refining week, and when it comes round, head on over, bring some wheat soup with you, you know. Um, feed the man, keep him open. But yeah. Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, I guess no one's doing faction warfare here. Feels bad. Oh, they're doing it in the red zone. Absolutely not. I'm not getting sucked into that again. That's a giant scam. I'm also not getting baited by the uncommon wisp. Yeah. $43. Okay. The faction warfare points are pretty good. Also something to bear in mind is like if you can think of it, there's a bonus for it at some point, right? There was a day which amounts to 2 days basically where the activity bonus was faction warfare by like 20% or 25% or something. That is a big deal. Don't sleep on that. If you see that the daily bonus is something that you're capable of taking advantage of, take advantage of it. Because, like, you'll feel dumb later if you don't. Like, I failed to take advantage of fire staff crafting day. Which makes me feel a little dumb. I wish I had, because it is my plan to, at some point, craft fire staffs. Alright.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was getting at earlier. Once you've got all those different crafting options available to you, um, on those days, that's I think where it's going to pay off. Where you're going to see a profit come in
Right.
from your efforts. So it's a long-term plan, it seems like, for the crafting.
Yeah, it really does take the foresight to play a long game with like market work. You cannot rely on, you know, like you're not going to be able to only, buy something and like fast sell it. Like a lot of the bigger profit trades that I made took like 2.5 weeks to go through because oh, the market went down when I tried to sell and I just had to wait for it to come back up to meet my sell order to ensure that I actually made profit. But I made a lot of profit. Just
Yep.
was that I needed to be patient.
Which I think is perfectly fine. I mean, if you're able to consistently do that and over time make, 1.5 million silver an hour, and if you do treat this like a job, you put in 10 hours a day, that's 15 million silver an hour. And I mean, do the math, guys. It's, you're making, some good income then at that point. And it is all possible. We've proven at least 3 or 4 different ways to do that.
Yeah, And you know, there are other ways. I mean, if you're really crazy, you can conceivably make a whole bunch of focus alts and scale up your operation to the point where you can amass billions of silver. Like there are YouTubers that do that kind of stuff. Um, you know, you can look at those resources as well. I certainly have to try to understand better how to, like, you know, be effective and efficient with my economy shenanigans. Um, no, stop stunning me. These bears are the worst, dude. My god. They want me dead something fierce. A lot of rare pine logs. Jeez. They're not worth much, but they're here.
Yeah, I think they'll add up. I think they're worth chopping down still.
For sure, for sure. The occasional cedar logs are not
Yeah,
necessarily that bad either.
the rare cedars are good. Yeah, those will definitely add up.
Hard to find exceptional cedar.
Yeah, it is.
People hoard those. I had a an exceptional titanium vein one time that was, you know, what I would say flamed more or less. I was taking every single one that popped up, and this guy came along and decided that he wanted to sort of push me off of it. Guy hard flagged,
Oh
proceeded
wow.
to get absolutely destroyed by everybody, like who was just floating around because it was the yellow zone. And yeah, people don't particularly care for people who hard flag in the yellow zones. If it's the mists, that's one thing, but if you're in the regular yellow zones and you
It's
flag up, people
kind
will
of a
just
dick move,
destroy you.
really. If you think about it, yeah, it really is.
I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of rude.
It is rude. Yeah, I
Like
think.
if you're in the black zone or the red zone, I mean that's kind of what it's for. But the yellow zone
Yep.
is not for that, really.
Right. Exactly. I am one-shotting these titanium golems.
Yeah, they're a lot of trouble if you don't. They smack you with that knockback and then you're like asleep for a year.
Yeah, that's basically what I want to do. Is I want to kill them before the knockback happens, so I don't have to worry about avoiding it,
Yeah.
running out of the range. Just kill them quickly. So yeah, Ting, I think Kruniak might have already mentioned it, but just let us know what your in-game name is, and then we'll be able to, once you're done with the tutorial, of course, let us know that, and then we'll be able to get you added into the guild. And these transport operations and these refining operations, this is stuff you guys can get involved in, with us too. So there's things that you can certainly do if you like that type of gameplay, that is.
Right, and you can do your own, or you can team up with a bunch of your friends, or you can team up with any of us, who may or may not be your friends at some point. Whatever. You can absolutely, yeah, you can join forces with other people to make your transports a lot more efficient and effective, or you can just sort of go it alone to get a sense of it. Like, either way is perfectly viable, right? Um, like transporting is a dull affair, and it's nice to have people to talk to while you do it, to be sure. Um, and the one thing to bear in mind is when you're doing refining and transporting, Bro, you're gonna need a calculator. You're gonna need a spreadsheet or a piece of paper and a pen. You're gonna have to do quite a bit of math. If you're not comfortable with math, fight in the black zone. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you're gonna have to be comfortable with
Oh,
math for it to be effective.
and if there's anybody on that wants to do a group dungeon, I found another exceptional group dungeon here in Carandarg.
Aaron Darg, you say?
Yeah. Is Jader
Ooh, I'm
still
pretty
on?
close to Karen Darg. I think I might head on over.
Let's see. It is right near the entrance of Enos Mon.
Yep. Oops.
So if that's the direction you're coming from, basically just walk straight forward. Let me okay.
Zafira, you are online, you say? Are you in the guild?
What's your in-game name? So that would be 3. Probably need 1
Three could be
more.
enough, depending on how new uh our third party member is. 4 would be better. 4 or 5, if we've got lower spec characters.
Is there a way to see when you started playing the game? Or how
Yeah,
long
when you
you've been
log
playing
in,
it?
it shows you how long you've been playing, or it shows you how much like in-game, or yeah, how many game hours you have effectively.
What I'm thinking of doing is something for the new people. Saying, hey, anybody that started within the last week, we do something to where, the first person to get to like, 20 million fame or something like that. Something that's reasonably attainable. Uh, do some sort of, like a $10 bonus or something like
A
that.
race. I mean, hey,
A
you
race,
said
yeah.
you wanted to. We wanted to have that tournament, right? The
Well,
tournament doesn't necessarily have to be arena.
yeah, we could. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we could do the tournament, set up some different things because
Right. Some
I
some uh some tasks, which,
tasks.
you could even out by having it be like on a new character, blitz your way to this point, or to this thing, or um whatever it may be.
We should do something like that. That'll encourage activity in the game because I think a lot of people are looking at it and, yeah, they can see they can earn from being active and donating silver to the guild and stuff, but maybe
Might seem unattainable.
might seem, yeah, maybe not unattainable, but just might take too long, possibly. 'Cause it does take a couple weeks to get to that point where you're like, hey, I've got my first 5 million extra silver. It's gonna take
Right.
a couple weeks to get to that. So, and if we did something else that might be a little bit quicker and more fun where they can kind of see their progress and they know exactly when I hit this mark, hey, I won,
Yeah.
or I get a piece of
Oh,
gold.
Zafira. Okay, you've never seen the game before. Okay, you don't. I thought when you said me, I thought you were responding to my asking who, if anyone, was already logged
That's
in.
okay. Don't let that discourage you.
Uh,
Get started, download the game, go through the tutorial, and, we're here every day doing this, so you'll be able to group with us. You just got to get in and do it. And plus, you'll get a jump on this contest event once we come up with the exact parameters of how we're going to do this.
all right. We could attempt to do this with 2 people.
Okay.
Um, I don't know how much faith I have here, but
Well, I think the single mob polls will be fine. It's just the groups we won't be able to get past.
it's
That's
oh,
probably
it's
what
not even
happened.
that I'm too worried about. What I'm worried about is the bosses. The bosses are gonna be brutal.
Yeah, if we can't dodge.
Although, if we can dodge their stuff, we should be okay.
We would be okay if we can dodge their stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, guys. We're doing this for content.
So let me put, I'm gonna go full healing. So you'll be the DPS man.
And I will get destroyed.
Hang on, don't start yet. Let's see. Let me do this. Try this route.
Oh, I have energy cost reduction. No, I want damage. Oh, it's heretics at least, so it's... Oh, really? Really, bro? Wow, this guy has 7k health.
That was a trash mob.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the trash mob. We're still killing it? It's the same one?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be...
Oh, this is gonna be
Guys, we
brutal.
need some help. Who can install the game and get through the tutorial and come and help us?
This is when you need hopeful.
Yeah, he's still out in the wilderness though, right?
He
With hopeful,
is.
this would be perfect. We would have a tank, a real tank.
Yeah.
Not like a, you know, as seen on TV tank.
Okay, I can actually kill these guys.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the follow. Always appreciated.
Who is that just followed?
Oh no, it's not. It's another one of these guys. I'm the tank. Oh, you got a rune there.
Zafira, have you been able to install the game? Does it or work on your phone? Some phones, the only reason why I've seen that it doesn't work is they just don't have enough space to hold the game. So I'm filling up my generalist trophy. I bring those journal books with me for everything, so they can just get filled up and make a little extra silver.
Yeah, I never remember to do that, unfortunately.
Well, what I do is I put in large buy orders for them super cheap, and if they get filled, they get filled. And when they do, then I just grab them and take them with me. So I'm
Yeah,
buying
just
them like
waiting on
at the
energy.
buy, so they're super cheap. So I think that's the only way that it's really profitable.
Oh no.
Did you get some extras?
Oh no, I have to
Reset.
run away. There's too many of the fucking arsonists. Bring him back here.
He likes me.
Yes, so.
He just won't peel off of me. Okay.
These guys are going to be a problem. I'm going to need to wait for full mana so that I can do two tornadoes.
Right.
But, yeah. Might actually...
I have my ice block.
I'm gonna actually use boots for a damage boost. Yeah, that's true. You gotta eat enough. I struggle with that myself. Okay, here we go. Why are they all on you? Oh my god, they all ran out of the tornado. Now we have to reset again.
Hmm.
Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, I won't. Well, shoot. I have to give you something, or else you're gonna get kind of one shot.
I just need them. I need to not use the. Oh, I did kill the other guy at least.
Oh, good.
Oh, here
I'll
we
just
go.
wait
I'm just
a
gonna hit
little
these
bit.
guys. See where they all go. Okay, they're all on
Okay,
me.
now
Good.
I will go.
Now I need heals.
And this is our biggest heal at the beginning of the fight. Hopefully we can make it another 10 seconds. I'm not using food.
Yeah, these aren't even the bosses.
I have 2
Help!
heals left. 2 heals
Help!
left.
Oh my god, I lived.
Oh wow, that was close.
Got some stuff
I
there.
didn't bring the right kind of food. I brought gathering food. Do you have any of the right kind of food?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
I rarely use food unless I'm doing, like, gathering or arena or transporting.
Right.
Alright, here we go.
Might come to me. Okay, that's good. Nice. I'm getting 3,000. Yeah, this is slow
Oh yeah.
because it takes us so long to kill them. The open world stuff would be better, probably, I think. But
Most likely.
where the real reward is going to be from the boss.
It's a bit of an if, but, you know, we'll get there. We'll see if we have any hope in hell of beating it, and then when we inevitably get destroyed by it, you know, oh my god, there's a lot of rats.
Oh, this is like one of those tornado things, maybe. That would be good for us. Oh, they all die so quick
Yeah.
anyways, jeez. Yeah, they have really low health. Yeah, I wouldn't mind actually just killing hordes of rats at 274 a pop, and you can kill hundreds of them.
Yeah.
If there was such a thing.
Uh-oh. This
We
guy's
used to
big.
do that type of AoE farming in World of Warcraft. Find spots where there's just endless supplies and you just pull as many as you want. Okay, big hill. Kill something. Hopefully. Okay, we got 1 heal left.
Could be fine.
Didn't need to use it. Alright.
This guy doesn't hit very often, and they're mostly skill shots, so.
Yeah, you're not taking very much damage at all.
Oh wow, that
It's
hit me anyway,
5,000.
even though he was dead.
I filled another journal. Got a tome. That's what, 15,000 silver. I see a chest up there.
27,000 health on that guy. Let's kill everyone near him first. And we'll see if we have a hope in hell of killing him. You know what? I'm gonna switch my boots to regenning energy.
Oh, because you're gonna run out of energy before he dies. Yeah, good point.
But also just so that I don't have to sit and wait as long. Oh my god, again!
Okay, you got him back.
Yeah, I gotta move back. Yeah, I need to hit them definitively, because like they start aggroing before I've landed the ability. and they just immediately choose you instead. So I need to make sure that I deal damage to them first. Well, let me set my cooldowns. Okay, here we go.
You're gonna need lots of heals. Okay, now we're gonna go 20 seconds. 6 seconds actually, I got another heal.
Oh my god, they're healing him so much. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Maybe. 9 seconds. You can make it.
Oh no, the boss. Oh no, the boss.
Oh shit, let's go this way. Reset. Am I gonna make it? Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's wait till
Maybe we do the boss and not that other group, because I think that other group is actually just gonna completely kill us. I think you can out-heal that boss. He does about 300 damage per auto attack.
wait, so
But
you're
you
gonna
just
pull
need to
this
make
guy up
sure that
here,
you're really
standing next
careful
to
with
the
how you
chest?
space those auto attacks. Or those heals.
Okay.
Um, oh, come on. It gets the
Oh, they
whole
come as
group.
well.
Never mind. So we do have to go past them and try to get them
So
separately.
can we kill one of the trash ads, just one, and then reset maybe?
So hold on,
That's
there's
what I'm
there's
hoping.
a healer and a fire starter.
So if we maybe kill the healer, would that be the easiest thing?
Yeah, that's my thought. Hold on.
If we can kill him dead before we die, you know, reset or whatever.
That little thing is healing them for so much.
And you're trying to kill just that one?
I can't kill it. I can't kill that thing.
Oh gosh.
It's just healing them for like 500 every tick.
So we
And
can't.
no, I need you to auto attack it because it
Okay.
has like 200 health, but I didn't have any spells left. So yeah, when he does that, just like kill it.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, don't go near the boss. Oh, you aggroed the
Oh
boss.
shoot.
We gotta
Let's just
reset again.
Jesus, come on, let's reset already. Wow.
He
Jesus
like
Christ.
watched us walk away. He's like, "Good, go away." Jeez. All right. Yeah, that little thing, kill it.
Oh, that right.
Auto attack.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's like a little totem that he puts down or something.
Yep. Oh, I'm out of mana.
Is nothing dead?
We got him. We got the healer. Okay, we can reset now.
Nice.
Holy crap, that guy was
I'm like,
such a pain in the ass.
please, something die.
Jesus. All right, it's possible. It can be done. We have the technology.
We have the technology.
All right. Regen my energy.
Here, I'm gonna regen mine too.
And all right, we're about ready to take these guys out. Now we just got to kill the fire starter, which should be easy enough to do. We can probably do both of these guys at once. But the fire starter just does a lot of damage. Oh no, the boss is
Oh
aggroed.
crap! Here, just reset, right?
I've killed the fire starter, so
Good.
yeah,
Good.
reset.
We'll reset then.
Oh, he wants you.
Yeah, he does.
We're so efficient.
Hey, we haven't
Ooh.
died. That's like the biggest efficiency right there. We both have expensive gear. It's like 60,000 silver if we die. Well, mine is.
Yeah, my repair bills are still inexplicably inexpensive. Although to be sure, I need to make them more expensive. I definitely need to get some better gear.
Yeah,
To go a lot
maybe
faster.
boots would be a good idea. Get those up to like 7.2.
Do you want
I didn't even.
this
What is it? No.
Heretic's Crest?
Uh, no. I mean, I'll take it if you
All right.
not, or you can.
Now let's see if it's possible for us to kill this guy.
What are they used for? Heretic crests.
Making tier 4 capes in that case.
Oh, yeah. See, that'd be something for you.
All right,
Or
I'm gonna
for the
regen some energy. All right, here we go.
nice nautical abilities. Does have an auto attack. Decent amount of damage. Here's the big heal, so.
Oh god.
Oh, this is a mess. I'm stuck back here.
Help! Oh, he got me. Fuck that.
Yeah,
That's so impossible, dude. It's so much clutter.
I don't know if I'm okay. Yeah, I was stuck. I couldn't. I mean, I run through that. I don't know if that would have killed me as I'm trying to get over to you, or I didn't know.
Yeah, it does a
That
bit
is
of
some.
damage. It does a lot more damage when it lands initially than so what we need to do is we need to try to make it so that we're standing very close to each one of those so that so that they overlap, so that it doesn't clutter too much. All right.
Right. So okay.
The spinny things,
The
they're
spinny
gonna
things force me to move around though.
right.
Yeah.
So like yeah, then stand very close to where that is. So like stand right where I am, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I understand. I'm just hoping I'm gonna
Okay.
be able to do it.
Okay, so then we'll back up over here.
Oh.
Okay. Ow,
Oh,
that's
that
1,000
spinny
damage.
thing. See, spinny thing screws it up.
Okay, we got them. They're running out. We can take him over here and we get some space. You can go back in. Yeah, we can definitely outlast this. We just have to keep dodging. Oh, I interrupted him. Good. I think we move in towards him for the next one. I'm surprised and pleased that I haven't run out of energy just yet, but we did it.
I've been giving you mana when I can.
Oh my god, we finally beat him. It's a
Wow,
common
that was
chest
cool.
though.
Hopefully
But
that's
not
good content for the 4
terrible.
people watching. How much fame was that? Did you see? I was paying
I
attention.
didn't even see. Go
Yeah,
grab
I
your
was
loot though.
watching the fight too much.
You got some okay loot. Some
Oh yeah.
markedly okay
Is it at
loot.
least 50,000?
No.
38,000. Okay.
Yeah,
All
you got a
right.
little more
Well,
than I did, but not by much. It was pretty
inventory can't
mediocre.
hold any more
But
items. What should I get rid of? What do I have
all right,
here?
let's see if we
Oh,
can blast through these few guys.
how much is that worth? 700. Yeah, let's get rid of that. That is worth how much? Hang on, I'm trying to clear some space. Okay, let's grab that. How much is that worth? 2,400, 3,200. Those are worth less. Oh, I got these books I could use. Clear up a little space.
Glad I keep getting so many of these bags. They're nice to have around. Like tier 5 5.1 bag is just good. Alright.
I wish I could find a bag that holds more space, not more weight. There's not such a thing.
I am the tank fire staff. Fear me.
Yeah, I've got 2,500 Fort Sterling faction too.
Not bad.
Promoted to skirmisher.
Oh man, you've been slacking.
Yeah, I haven't played much at all for pretty much 2 weeks. It's the first time, really.
Yeah, faction warfare is good stuff. Definitely worth ranking up if you have the time. Highly recommend to all of our viewers who are interested in getting into this. Faction warfare is good stuff. Lunchtime. Man, I am hungry. Honestly, I could. Oh no, these guys are so tanky. Wait, what? Okay, one of them's on you. One of them was on me. Just don't let them hit you with the skill shots because they do damage. But otherwise they don't do a whole lot. So it's just gonna
Never been
be
seen before content. A mage and healer doing an epic dungeon. It's never been done. Find it, somebody on YouTube, see if it has been done. It's just kind of a dumb combination is why.
extremely. The only reason you'd ever do it is if you can't find a tank. Because you could either swap out the mage or the healer for a tank, and it'd be more effective.
With the tank, though, I wonder if it would ever kill anything.
Yeah, you would. I mean, tank plus healer, you could probably do like half heal, half PvE.
Oh, right. Yeah, I could do one.
Oh my god, these guys are so close to being dead.
Go. Finally, one of them.
I got him. Alright.
It's lunchtime here in the Philippines.
Oh no, there's archers. Gross.
See, that is really cool about the Philippines. I noticed you guys are pretty good about keeping a regular schedule. I wish I could do that. Like, I'll go sometimes 20 hours without eating and sleeping.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that damage?
Oh, jeez.
Those
I was
guys
feeling
did
too.
800 a hit. I don't think we can kill those guys. I don't think we can get past them.
Can we kill one? Probably not, huh?
Unless, well, okay, if I interrupt specifically that ability, if it is interruptible, we might be okay. That was brutal. I just can't ever use my W unless they're charging that. All right. Okay, I think I interrupted it.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Wed Wizard is about to die.
Oh no! Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, they started auto attacking me. Yeah, we can't do any more of this dungeon.
So that is the end of the road for us.
Damn, we got one measly chest, one
Unless there's
measly
a
boss.
third person on. Anyone else?
Brutal.
Anyone on? See, maybe they can't hear, but they might be able to read. Let's see.
Yeah, the only way that this, oh, come on. They're gonna kill me again. Jeez. Alright, out we go.
Okay.
Brutal.
Well, we got the first boss. At least that was good.
Let's see. There's an uncommon, or yeah, there's an uncommon group dungeon. Just up here, where there was. Oh, that's a normal one.
Yeah, that one that was glowy earlier. 5,400 health, 100,000 fame. Killing him. And I got like, I think it was like 2,000 silver or something like that.
Ooh. Free stuff. Always nice.
I might as well grab this rare ore. Yeah, see, another thing too, guys, if you get your gathering skills up when you're out, you know, waiting for a group dungeon, waiting for the rest of people to show up, you can always gather these things. It's just a little extra silver.
Yep.
You see an exceptional one that, as you're in transit, definitely worth stopping to grab.
Oh, these
It
mists.
really depends on how you want to play the game. If you're playing it as a job, as an income, then, you know, you look at it differently. If it's more for fun or both, then, you know, you can do that too.
Hmm. Yeah, let's go do one of the regular group dungeons. I'm sure that we'll be much more suited to clearing an unenchanted group dungeon. The mobs will be a heck of a lot easier, I think. Wait.
Oh yeah, they'll die fast. You'll be one shot.
Yeah, let's do this.
Sure.
This one should be good.
It'll be probably for us. It would be faster experience, I think, because we'll kill things. Even though we get less per mob, I think we'll just kill them so much faster.
Probably.
I might even be able to swap out the damage spell too.
These guys still have 7k HP, but they're 16% stronger. they're not doing 300 damage to me. They are doing 200 damage to me.
Yeah, no, I can't swap anything out.
Oh no, that bleed hurts a lot.
Yeah, we need all the heals.
Nothing over there. Hmm. Oh boy. Okay, let's kill... Oh, come on. Guess I'll kill the Conjurer. Okay, she's dead. And maybe I can get the Acolyte as well. Okay, now we reset. Nicely done. That is a wild skill. My god, these guys keep moving. It's almost like they're actually good at their job. Stand still in my fire and die, god. Alright, so that goes that way and this way. Let's see. Boss room? Boy, oh boy, this goes a ways. Okay, no. No, not boss room. Let's go back. I think that other little cubby was probably the boss room. Either that or there was, can you guess? Literally nothing out here. Wow.
You know, yesterday's stream, I thought it would be content that most people would think was really boring, but we seem to have a lot more people logging on and staying on for longer. There was like, 8 to 12 to 14 people.
Yeah.
Today
I
is
had a
today was
lot
doing
more prepared yesterday than I did today, and I was also not as fatigued.
yeah, you gotta be sharp to do that stuff that you were doing yesterday. Yeah, you can't be sleepy. This is a little bit more mindless. You don't need to
Oh god.
think that much.
Okay, well at least we've only pulled one. Even if he is jumping around. Yeah, I think
mean,
that, like,
There's more
having...
skill, but you don't have to actually be thinking, if that makes sense.
So I think what would really help the streams is if we actually add some intention behind what we were doing. So planning the content, like, so, yesterday was a lesson on how to run certain things. And today, we're running group dungeons. So, like, if we were doing this a little better, we would be, we would have other people aware of the fact that we were going to do that. We'd make sure that we could, rely on a few people to be online to make sure that it would go smoothly. But like a weekend when Hopeful's not here, we wouldn't normally want to choose to do this particular content that we're doing right now.
Right.
Wow, these things suck. And generally speaking, we would just skip these.
Yeah.
Well, I'll kill one just so that we have a little more maneuverability.
Yeah. It's almost dead anyways.
Trying to kill a fire trap with a fire staff. Alright. Oh, those guys should be killable. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, just pull it right here. We'll just fight it on this side. Oh, your mana is gone though.
Oh no! I'm running away now. That is a boss. I did not realize that was a boss.
Oh, okay.
Okay, in that case, let us actually kill this thing so we have the space to maneuver. Does our mana regen? Yes, it does. Well, we're killing this. Can just do this with auto attacks. Yay, we finally did it. Oh, and there's these two. Okay, well, I guess we'll get them. Careful. Come on. Okay. It reset. Damn it. So let's see if we can get those two crossbowmen separate from the boss.
Okay.
My Thetford cape wants to kill me, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, because it does the AoE damage.
Come on. Oh, come on. Why do they do that?
Come on, I can't dodge that.
Yeah, if he jumps back, it's just gonna get tricked again.
Oh, he's
What?
going back. That's his reset point.
That is
apparently.
absurd. And yet he runs right back over now. Okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna stand right here. Fuck.
Did we get one of them yet?
Yeah, we
Kill
did
that
get one.
Oh, okay.
Stupid fucking Thetford cape, man. It's so good and it's so bad.
Now we should be able to get the other one a lot easier. Less stuff to dodge. He's gonna do his skill.
Oh, nice. You can stand right on top of that thing. Now we can just finish this thing off to give ourselves a little more room. And basically good to go.
Yep.
One would assume. This guy has 26k health. All right. And this is just, if this is all he ever does,
This is easy. Yeah.
we can easily beat this.
Oh, he's gonna be targeted. Missed.
Oh, move. Ow. Did that really hurt? So this guy does in fact have some moves. Oh, move. Nice.
So I think the trick to that ability is actually wait a little bit until you move. 'Cause he anticipates where you're going. If you move too quick, he'll like follow you. So then wait and then go. Yeah.
Yeah, I think moving
That is-
towards his starting position is pretty good.
Yeah.
And finally he goes down.
6,000 Reposol.
Alright, and it's an uncommon chest. Let us see what we get. 39k? You know what? I won't complain.
50,000. Let's see.
Oh,
what I have to-
nice. You got
I
a satchel.
that's worth 30,000. Yeah, I gotta delete some stuff here. Destroy some things. Can I open this?
What did you find? I found a brimstone infernal staff. Oh, with combustion. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, so I have an infernal staff, so I can use that to level up my fire staff arsenal at some point.
Boots.
Oh, is your inventory like super overfilled?
Yeah. Yep, just getting rid of a bunch of stuff. Let me open this. Let's get rid of those. Get rid of the bag too. Okay, grab that. That's worth 836. Silver bag. Leave the rest.
Okay, we got a library over here. Interesting drawbridge design. Feels like it wouldn't work.
Well, there needs to be some sort of something to pull it up on one side or the other.
Either that or it goes down. Hey, Michael, what's up?
Oh, hey, Michael, you made it.
Oh shit,
So,
I'm gonna die. Oh, I just gotta go.
yeah, just go.
I'm not really sure what happened with that one. Let me try doing double tornado, so I'll try and do a cooldown reset for that to make sure it works.
Michael, does Albion work on your phone or PC?
Boom, okay, we got one. Righty. On we go. Oh shit, it's one of these molten demons. Gross. We can kill all of these guys though pretty quickly, so. Hmm. There we go. And there's that other section of the dungeon that we skipped, which I wonder what is over there. Enough to go look. uh, because clearly this entire dungeon run has nothing to do with efficiency.
Yeah, this is one of the inefficient ways to earn silver.
Super inadvisable. Do not recommend. Um, I mean, although honestly, group dungeons aren't bad for silver. It's just if you're gonna run group dungeons, do it with a group, like not two people.
With the group and probably like an Avalon Roads. I mean, we've made, we've pulled millions of silver out of those before, so.
Wasn't there a spot that went off to the side back here? What? Oh shit, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. The direction that we went was the way off to the side, and the way forward was actually that little balcony. I'm so tired. My bad. I'm sorry. We just walked all over Hell's Half Acre for no reason.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
alright.
my bad. Yeah, that little balcony had really, really tripped me up, unfortunately. Whoops. All right, well, you know what? We wasted some time to regen some mana. Now we're going to floor 2. You know? I feel like the end boss for this dungeon is going to be really hard to do in terms of just, like, not running out of energy. Here we go! The fucking ravens, dude. Oh, God.
Hmm. Oh shit, I'm taking a lot of damage from somewhere.
I'm dead. Fuck.
Just auto attack damage? Is that, I mean,
Yeah, the ravens just do a lot of damage. I aggroed the crossbowman. We managed to kill the acolyte, and if you do get hit by one of the bats, you're like half dead. So
Yeah,
that's probably what it was.
sucks. Yeah, I think I took one regular hit that maybe I could have dodged, but then it was just all auto attack after that. Destroyed me.
Oh, those books do an insane amount of damage. What the fuck is that? Okay, let's deal with this, I guess. I didn't realize that the books had demons in them.
Those are evil books.
I guess so. There's another book. So we gotta kill the book.
Jeez, you're taking so much damage too.
Alright, so now we reset.
Oh, nice, it came back.
Okay, well at least it's only 2, so honestly, could possibly be done.
Yes, it can.
At least the demon is pretty, like, pretty squishy.
I had all my heals up too, so it was good timing.
Okay. That thing's dead. Let's get the other one. Yeah, 204 damage per auto attack and fairly high attack speed. They hurt. And there's nothing else here, so it's just this guy.
Oh, Soul Benji just came out with a... This will change the way you think about crafting in Albion Online.
Oh, did I watch that? I don't know if I did.
Yeah,
Is
one
that-
of the few
Was that a
people
day
that
ago,
actually
or is
puts
that
out
like very just now?
pretty good quality content for Albion. Someday we should look to maybe do something with him, I think, too.
Okay, I got those two. Time to reset.
Maybe
And then I
we
want to
wanna
try to
make
get
like
that one crossbowman who is patrolling by himself. This guy.
Maybe he'll want to make a hideout with us or something. Oh, does he? He probably doesn't have enough friends to be able to make a hideout.
Possible. I don't know.
Seems like nobody.
I
likes
know
him,
he
though.
does have guilds by himself.
Yeah, with all of his alts and stuff. Yeah. But you have to have enough people to defend it, though. Actually,
Sure.
good at PvP and all that. So that might be something that, if he's interested, that we could do. That
But you
would be
know, he
fun.
does have plenty of fans and things. Like not everybody hates him, to be sure. So
Yeah, that's true.
oh, okay.
Spin to win. Bandage assault in 15 minutes. Is that the one you were saying something about when you wanted to, or is that the when there's the 50% bonus?
So bandit assault is good for. I mean, it's a red zone thing. Oh God,
Well, that's the red
17.
zone thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's for red zone stuff, which is fine if you have like some trash gear that you want to throw at getting a shit ton of faction points.
Right.
This looks terrifying. I have never fought this boss.
We have to fight 2 of them?
Yep. So
Hmm.
presumably we can kill one, get
Yeah.
focus down one, and then come back and get the other.
Okay.
Okay, the interrupt, very clutch. Oh my god, what the fuck? I have no
Yeah,
health.
these bats are just, yeah. It's the bats. We gotta reset.
I'm just
We can do
instantly
it.
dead. Yeah, the bats should take like 2 auto attacks to actually kill. So
Okay.
I think you need to be on like bat killing patrol,
Okay.
um, as much as healing in order for that boss to be possible, because those bats do so much damage. All right, how bad is this repair bill gonna be? It's gonna be really bad. Okay. Um. Oh, ready? Oh wow, they do a lot of damage. Shit. Okay, okay, we can't do those two.
Yeah. That's how much health did we get off of either one of them?
About a third.
Oh, yeah.
It's just kind of obscene how much how much
Yeah.
damage they do.
Michael, you still here with us?
Nice. What a bro move. All right.
Oh, okay. Michael, have you been able to install and play the game? Because I'm thinking that that's going to be the most helpful thing for you to get more people. So you install it, and then you're actually able to help them install and play it. That way they come today, and then they come next week too, because they're going to want to learn how to earn silver, right? That's what's going to encourage them to come here too.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Because if you invite people, but they don't really kind of understand how they can actually make money, they're one, they're probably not going to stay that long, or and two, they're probably not going to want to come back. So that's going to be the key, is teaching them how. So, you know, 2 things. One, you could get them doing the gift labs, and you can, you know, show them how to play Albion. And And we can too, of course.
Got him. Alright, and then we've got all these other dudes. Can I just skip these guys? Oh, we should probably fight them.
Yeah, and then the other thing too is throughout the week, Michael, take advantage of that time. Get them to come to the Discord so that we can start talking to them. We can get them set up with Albion and... Oh, I have the kill thing on. That way we can help too. So we have to get this on.
Okay, got her.
Yeah, inviting people during the stream is it's just going to be a challenge because they might have other things that they plan on doing. And that way, if you get them here during the week and we can prepare them for when the stream is going to be all week long, and you've got, you know, let's say 20 people that are all planning on it. Well, if half of them make it, that's 10 people. Tina had 9 people show up last time. We hit 14. You know, with you, Tina, and Cube, maybe just a couple more people doing it, we're gonna get over 25 easy. Teamwork though, you can't do it all yourself. Get some other people helping.
My god, these guys do so much damage.
This whole game is really about teamwork too. I mean, you can earn silver individually, but if you work with a team, you're gonna
You make
just
a
about
heck of a
double.
lot more, yeah.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is though, in not just this game, but in a lot of games, it seems like there's a lot of people just think they can do better solo, and really with a well-organized team, that's always going to do better than a, you know, person just going out with their individual efforts. It does take effort to organize with a team though. So I think that might be that kind of a barrier of entry. It's like, hey, I got to put together a team, I got to work with people, I got to communicate. Yes, that's true. You do have to do all that, but it's worth it.
Oh no.
Okay, you might die. I have 10 seconds till I have heal. Okay, you probably reset or something.
Okay, I did kill her. That's all I wanted. I wanted her dead. She's the damage.
Nice. Here, I'm gonna burn this spell, and then we'll just... Well, yeah, we'll probably be fine. We can... 15 seconds, and it's back
Yeah.
up.
Oh, we're good. These guys don't actually do that much.
I have my other one. Do 7 seconds, and we're fine. We'll probably not even need it. Or maybe will.
Okay. Another lava
Michael,
elemental.
was it last week or the week before last? I think you invited 5 or 6 people. Where are they at? Did they start playing Albion? I mean, that's probably part of the reason why they're not here is they didn't find anything to do. They didn't have anything to do. So that's going to be the important step. There's got to be a call to action. There's got to be specific action that people can do other than just showing up. Oh, you're... God, I'm trapped behind this mess.
Okay, it's mostly dead. Okay, got him. Him. Very nice. Oh boy. Tough one. We can mop these three up easy. Okay. Bunch of crossbowmen. Oh, the final boss room is just ahead. Can't wait to find out what that is. Oh no, it's a trap. Okay, I'm gonna need boots again. Okay, and here we go. Let's get rid of these guys first. Okay. Got him. Metal High Priest. Hi. What's up, dude? Metal name. Ooh, 31,000. Ooh, that's a lot of health on that guy. Not
I like
excited
the
to
name.
try and deal with that. Let's get
Metal
these
High
guys
Priest.
dealt with. Doing all right. Good, good.
Metal High, have you seen Albion before, or are you already playing it?
All right, taking bets. How many times do you think we're gonna die before we can kill this thing?
Oh, jeez.
Or do you think we can kill it at all? I don't know. This guy looks really fucking scary.
How much health?
31k.
Oh, jeez, 31k. Wow.
Like we've been able to get through 31k before, but the question is really about how much damage the thing does.
What kind of abilities he's got?
Ow, that was 500 damage straight up. Yeah, I think you can keep up with that much damage.
Yeah, this is all he's got. I think we might.
I mean, it's definitely not all he's got, but... Unless it is all he's got if you keep kiting him. Yeah, he does really look pretty brutal. Ow.
So far, I have not had to use my big heal.
Oh no.
You doing different stuff?
Spinny, spinny little fucking
Yes.
shit. We gotta stay away
I
from
see
the
that.
spinny shit.
Okay.
Goes in a wider circle. Ow, I'm low. Oh, and he pulls.
Yeah, and he pulled me in. That's alright, we got the big heal here for this kind
Good.
of shenanigans. Saving it for that reason.
Okay, I'm running low on mana.
See if I can give you a little bit more, and then I'll start auto-attacking. Well,
Shit, watch out for that shit. He's on his last 3k.
kill him! Almost dead. Go, 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 go.
Yeah! We did it!
Nice. 1,000 rep.
Are we allowed to open this? Okay, we are.
This looks like a... Is this a rare one, or
It's an uncommon.
uncommon?
56k? Okay, not the worst.
What's this worth? Let's see. That's probably worth a lot. That's the silver.
These could be a heck of a lot more efficient if we could clear them faster.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are, yeah, Fire Staff and Healer. Not the most efficient combo.
So, Metal Priest, so you do play Albion? Is that what the yeah is for, or that responding to someone else?
Oh yeah, maybe cheering us for having completed it. I'm gonna
Yeah, he's cheering us for beating it, yeah, which is cool.
I'm gonna wait another minute and yeah, another minute so that I can get the rest of the stuff that you didn't want here.
So guys, while we're streaming, it's okay to multitask too. Definitely welcome to do that. And that would be just try to install the game, you know, see
Yeah.
if you can get through the
For
tutorial.
those of you who are unfamiliar, feel free to install the game and hop on board, join the guild, all that jazz. Ugh. Good times, good times. So
see.
yeah, I realize I'm sitting here waiting a minute so that I can pick up the loot that Sam
That
didn't
I
want,
can't carry.
but I'm new to this particular game. Really? Okay. Well, welcome to Albion Online. If you're interested, feel free to join. Um, we are an active guild. We're not very large at the moment. Uh, the number of active players has kind of dwindled, so we're looking to revive. So feel free to hop on and start up and check it out and all that if you're interested. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
we're honestly about to end the stream because it is 1 in the morning for me. So um, it has been lovely and wonderful to meet you all and help answer your questions and show you some engaging fire staff healer group dungeon gameplay. Do not recommend. Terrible idea. My repair bill is going to be obscene. I'm going to port out of here because bad times. But
and
yeah,
connect to the Discord, guys, so that we do have ways that you guys can earn with us being active and recruiting your friends. So you can make some pretty good extra income or primary income if that's what you're looking for.
alrighty. And with all that, I think we're good to sign ourselves out. But yeah, it's been great. And we'll see you all next week. So in 6 days. Those of you who don't know the schedule for the stream, um, basically this time slot that we've been in, we do this. It's Friday into Saturday and Saturday for me, but for a lot of you guys, it's going to be Saturday and Sunday. Um, so yeah, we'll see you next week, and hope to see you all there, and I'll update you on my market exploits then. All right, cheers, everybody.